What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Foxliga YouTube channel and our Mainz career mode. So, since the last episode, a lot has changed, actually. If you take a look at the squad here, you might notice a couple new names already. There was another video recorded. I recorded for about an hour, but I have a new monitor set up, and I actually messed up the recording. So I was sitting there talking to a blank screen, essentially. So here we are in the future a little bit. If you see here in the standings, there have been 3 games already. We drew the first 2, and then the third game we played against Bayern, and I was expecting to get killed, but somehow, just like in real life, we were able to get a result. So we're sitting in 5th place after 3 games, the +1 goal differential. An interesting stat in all 3 of those games, Burkhardt, our star striker, scored in every single one of those. And let's go and check out the transfer history. This will provide us an overview of what we did in that episode that the recording was scuffed. So first guy out, we sent Kasi out on loan to Roma. He's going to go hang out with Jose for a while. And then we signed a new left wing back. We signed him as a CM from Brentford, Vitaly Janelt here for $7.7 million. We let this striker go out. Then we signed Janelt because I knew Aaron we were sending out as well. He had a couple offers, one from Ajax and then this one from Borussia Mönchengladbach. I would have preferred he went to Ajax, so we don't have to play him twice a year because he's a decent player. But he left the club in real life, so I figured we need to ship him out as well. And so Janelt, pretty good replacement for Aaron, and then Cassian on loan. You can always recall him, but I'm hoping he grows a little bit and he comes back next year, and then maybe we sell him. We had a very surprising offer come in from Atletico Madrid for Jorge, our striker. $25 million. It's kind of crazy. So we snapped their hand off for that deal. We sent our promising young youth striker, Viper, to Young Boys out on loan just for 1 season. Werder Bremen came in for this, the center forward here. No face scan, or certainly not a face scan, and no even player profile pick. So I was more than happy to let him go. Okay, here there's little funny business going on. I was trying to sign a center back from Cologne, Killian, who I looked it up. He did play from 2020 to 2022. He was at Mainz, played a few games. They ended up loaning him out to Cologne, where he's made several appearances now. He's a fairly regular player. But they wanted a swap deal with Fernandez and him. And I thought I removed the player swap feature and had just the cash deal, but I didn't. So we ended up having to buy him back for about $3.5 million. All right, back to some more normal piece of business that I did mean to do. We sold our backup goalkeeper Finn Dahlman to Stuttgart for $3.2 million. We sold Hanche Olsen to Lens for $6 million. Then an incoming player, we bought Arnie Meyer from Augsburg for $8.1 million. We had to put a pretty steep sell-on clause there as well, but I don't anticipate having to sell him anytime soon. He's listed as a right mid, but we're certainly going to play him in midfield. Then another player that we brought in, Jakob Motor from Brighton for $7.3 million. This is probably who I'm most excited about bringing in. Motor and Meyer both have 80 overall potentials according to FIFA, so that's already more than decent alone, but certainly if they get a lot of play time, it can jump up even higher than that. You might notice, I talked a lot about wanting to have real player face scans and having the profile pics for their the jersey matches. So Motor's jersey is blue. However, if you look through the kits that are available for Mainz, they do have a blue kit. They also have their custom Carnival kit that they play in a few times every year. So we'll definitely have to take a look at those and bust those out later in the year. But so I was comfortable signing him even though he has a blue jersey on, because Mainz does have that Carnival kit. I think this was our last outgoing player that we had so far. Schultz out on loan to Andorra. That's fine. He's a youth player, anyways. I think that sums up the transfers that we had. We had a few offers for other players, like Lee Sung, but I ended up not accepting any of those. Still might later. We'll sort of see how the team's shaping up. We also went and put on development plans to all of our players just to maximize their growth. Put Poacher here on Burkhart just to boost up his finishing and sprint speed. We're converting. Looks like he's ready now as well. Ingvartsen just to a striker. He actually does go up +1 overall, so that's an added bonus, but we pretty much just wanted him to be uniform with the rest. We'll put Poacher on him as well, try to boost up his attacking work rate. Meyer here, we're converting to CM from right mid. One more week and then that'll be done. Let's see who else. Yeah, so we've kept a hold of him so far. He is 30 though, that's the only thing. So you can see he's not going to grow too much more. Burkhart, we've kept a hold of him as well, just trying to boost him in overall. Stash, we're training him up box to box. Barrio as well, and Motor. I love the box to box. I feel like is just the best archetype to put on these players here. It boosts everything that you would want from the, especially if you're going to be playing the games yourself. Just make them a little quicker, a little more enjoyable in my opinion. Vidmer, we're putting him on attacking wingback. I think that'd be best serve for him, get his crossings up. Same thing for Danny Boy here. Core, we went ahead and switched his position to center back from CDM, and he did get that three overall gain that I was hoping he'd be getting. Now it doesn't look like he's going to grow very quickly here, but hopefully dynamic player potential. He plays well, and that can start boosting up. But already at 80 overall, that's our best rated player on the team. Stefan Bell. He'll be starting for now. He is 31, and we did just sign Killian, so we'll be looking to hopefully switch him out before too long. Speaking of Killian, here he is, trying to boost up his defensive work rate. He's only 3 overall worse than Bell and nearly a decade younger, so definitely be looking to work him into the team. Fernandez, we talked about switching him to center back or to CDM, but for right now, we're going to keep him just at center back. Yano here, we switched him. He came in as a center mid. We switched him to left wing back. He didn't grow any overall, but he did make that change in only, I think it was like 2 weeks or something. And here we put him on attacking wing back just to sort of boost his crossing and his sprint speed. And I think that's it. Zetner, there's some talk whether we want to make him a goalkeeper or a sweeper keeper. Went ahead and put him on the sweeper keeper archetype. I don't think it's as realistic necessarily for how he plays, but it will get him, it was growing him a little bit faster. And after all that, all those player sales, incoming players, were left with $20 million in the bank. So that's quite a bit of cash, and there's certainly some more players we could buy. However, we do want to keep in mind we do have the objective of finishing the season with $3 million unspent, and we want to keep it fairly realistic. You know, I mean, Mainz, in real life, they're not doing a whole lot of business, and they're not wheeling and dealing too much, you know. So I think the players that we sold and then the players that we brought in as well, it's already a significant amount. So I don't think we'll sign any more players this transfer window, but if there's like a glaring hole for the winter window, we might want to save a little bit of cash for that. But yeah, so we do have 5 points after the first 3 games, and our next match here is going to be, here's another offer for Sung, and this is coming in from Spurs. So you can see those other offers that we rejected in the past. Interesting, a Premier League offer for a player though. I don't know if we're going to be able to turn down an offer from a Premier League club, and he is South Korean, so maybe Spurs want him to go link up with a Sonaldo over there. So let's actually entertain this deal. Let's see. It says the game thinks we can get 12.5 million. Let's see if we can bump this offer up just a little bit. How badly do you want someone? The nation's linked to Sun. Let's see. 12.5. They'll take it. All right. I think that's fine. He's 30 years old already, and with the signings of Meyer and Moder, and with Barkok on the bench as well, I think we definitely have that position covered off. Let's take a look at this training. I did just about all the trainings in between the episodes while we were moving around some of those players. I went on. You missed a few mini rants I went on about some of how the training operates and how some of the drills I feel like are stupid and pointless. Like championship attacking scenarios, I refuse to play that. I don't know if it's just me, but some of these drills I can't succeed at. Okay, that brings us to transfer deadline day for the summer window. And I think let's take a look at our transfer hub. There are a couple players that, I talked about maybe signing another CDM if we're going to move Stash further up the field. But I think we're going to stick with what we have for now. I don't want to overload the team. I don't want to, we're trying to keep a vague veil of realism in this career mode series here. I know it's kind of difficult to do, but I don't want to go in and just sign 100 new players for some small or mid-table German team. So let's start advancing through this deadline day. We'll see. I don't want to skip all the way ahead because I want to make sure that this deal got done. All right. So Sung has left the club. He's gone to Spurs. He got his Premier League move. I know he's a big player at Mainz, and in real life he has an important role, but can't say no to a Prim team coming in. I think they give that deal an A actually because of Meyer, it's saying. Interesting. Got a couple other offers here. Monza coming for Onisiwu. I think we'll keep hold of Onisiwu for now. And then Reese will want to keep him as well because we just sold Dahmen to Stuttgart. So this guy is essentially our only backup goalkeeper for now. So let's go ahead and advance another hour. Bell transfer offer from Leverkusen. Ooh, this is tempting, but I think we're going to hold on to him for now. A Kyle Walker rumor to Dortmund. That's very interesting, juxtaposed with the rumors in real life of him being linked to Bayern. I don't think he'd be a great fit at either of those clubs, to be completely honest. All right, in this last hour, we'll advance past, and that will wrap up the summer transfer window. I'm pretty happy with the business that we are able to do so far. All right, so I saw an email here. We have Meyer is ready to change positions. Oh my goodness. Okay, he actually jumps 3 overall when we moved him to center mid. I was not expecting that at all. We looked on FIFA, and I didn't know that he's supposed to jump that high. That's awesome. I'm also going to put him on box to box, work on his finishing a little bit. And let's see. Let's make sure our starting 11 is how we want it now that Lee is gone. So Meyer is actually, he'd be our highest rated. Let's go ahead and stick him in over Moder for now. And I'm thinking, I don't know, I love all these guys. There might be a way, I might see if I can work in all these guys. I don't know. And we'll keep Bell and Hack starting over Killian for now. I think Hack will keep because he's left-footed. I think Killian will want to try to work in over Bell eventually. So I'm pretty happy with that for right now. We'll have Meyer starting over Moder to begin with. And all right, so this takes us to our first Bundesliga game that we'll be seeing here in this career mode. I know we've already done 3, but because of technical difficulties, you couldn't see those. So Burkhardt scored in every game so far. Let's go ahead and quick sim and see if he can keep that streak up. It looks like they have Dahmen starting already in goal for them. So he'll be looking to prove a point for sure. Can we get a result? A 2-2 draw. Okay, Barrio and Stash. So no goal for Burkhardt. Moder did come in for Meyer. That's good. I wanted to see that. And Fernandez came in for Hack. That shouldn't have happened. We should have had Killian coming on for a center back. We had just barely more possession. That's fine. So I feel like Stuttgart were about similar levels of team so far, but that's disappointing, especially coming off of a win against Bayern. But still no losses on the season. Let's go ahead and jump into our next game here. This one's against Wolfsburg. This one is away. We'll keep the lineup the same. This is a 1-0 win. Meyer with a yellow card at the end of the game. Barrio, though, in the preseason, he scored, I think, every single one of the games. And now that's a couple goals for him already. At the end of this episode, we'll check the stats. We'll see how many goals and assists each player has on the year so far. All right, next game. Let's go ahead and attend this press conference. We won't go to every single one, but we'll do a few, especially if we need to boost morale up a little bit. It's been a great run so far, and we're unbeaten. That's true. I was not expecting that, to be honest. Sure, we're hard to play against. I reckon so. Narrow win. I just want my lads to win. Let the boys win. Come on. All right, last question. Can your team find consistency? The boys are hard at work. Love that. All right, another game at home here, this time against Werder Bremen. Let's see if we can keep this undefeated streak going. And we don't, of course. I jinxed it. Totally jinxed it. Burkhart gets a goal, but a 77th minute winner from Dutch wins it for Werder Bremen. That's disappointing because I think they're one of the favorites to go down this year, I would imagine. That's tough. That's disappointing. But we're only looking to finish in the top half, so I'm not too worried. All right, before I forget, though, let's go ahead and send our youth scout, who's actually a 5-star. That's nice. I didn't realize that. Tom Hines. Let's set up a scouting network, of course. Let's set one up in Germany. We'll do 6 months, and we'll try any, and we'll see. I haven't had great luck with the youth academy in FIFA 23, but we'll see if we get anything here. All right, next game is against Union Berlin. They're on 7 points. In real life, this last year, they qualified for the Champions League. That's honestly incredible. This one's away. Let's quick sim. And this one's a 2-1 win. Ingvartsen scores both of our goals. All right, back on the right track here. They had more possession than us and technically more chances. Kind of concerning. Let's keep advancing here. Our next game is going to be against Hoffenheim, who are on 14 points. So they're also having an excellent season. I think for this match, though, let's go ahead and get Meyer some game time. I think we're going to give Killian a game as well. We'll start him over Bell. Everything else will be the same. At home against Hoffenheim. A 3-1 loss. Ooh, yikes. Not great. Who gets our goal? Burkhart. So anything positive to take away from that is he keeps scoring. But yeah, that's tough. That's not what we wanted. All right, Frankfurt is up next here. These are our arch rivals in the Bundesliga, and they are having a fantastic season. They are actually second overall, 7 wins, only 1 loss, and a 9-goal differential, whereas we are 3-3-2 with a completely neutral goal differential. Interesting. All right. Let's go ahead and jump into the pre-match conference here. See if we can't talk a little smack about our rivals. People are wondering why Yanel is still getting picked. Wow, that's brutal. He'll play through. I believe he'll play through. Come on. Adjusting back to life in Germany from England. This recent run has put us in good position to steer clear of relegation. Yeah, I think we'll be fine from relegation. I don't know if we'll be able to qualify for anything in Europe, but that would be... I don't know if you can hear that. Something in my kitchen's going crazy. All right, let's jump into this rivalry game here against Frankfurt. This one is away. We will keep Meyer and Bell since we made those changes last time and we got destroyed, so hopefully we won't. Let's see, have they signed anyone crazy? They still have Trapp. So they still have Kulumani. They still have Gutsa, who just signed a new contract in real life. That's pretty cool. They still have Trapp. It looks like they signed Rekic, the Croatian guy that used to play for Sevilla. I'm not sure. Anyways, this is away in Frankfurt at the Deutsche Bank Park. Let's quick sim and see. A 3-1 loss. Oh my gosh. Stash our lone goal. Kamada gets a brace for them as well as a goal by Kulumani. That's tough, but they are one of the best teams in the league this year, it looks like. So that's tough. That is not ideal at all. Mexico wants our services. I don't think we'll be managing an international team as well in this career mode. You see there, James Madison signed for Mainz or for Leipzig, which is interesting. Here is our matchup. Our first game in the Pokal. This is against Ingolstadt. But this is going to be where we stop for today, I believe. Take one last look at the team. So after the initial transfer window, this is what our starting 11 looks like. 3 new players in midfield, 1 new left back, and a new center back. So that took care of all of the weak spots that we noticed when we had our initial look at the roster. So I think we're in a pretty good spot moving forward. Let's take a look at who is... Where am I at? Squad up. Here we go. Let's take a look at the stats so far. So leading goal scorer is Burkhart with 5 and 2 assists. That's excellent. Ingvarsson has 3. Barrio only has 2 in the Bundesliga this year, but he had other ones. Does it not show? Friendly matches. I guess that's what it's talking about. So 2 goals in the preseason tournament as well. How many clean sheets do we have so far? Just 1. Okay, so 9 games in the Bundesliga and only 1 clean sheet. So that's not ideal. So maybe we look at switching around our defense some. We're doing that 5 in the back right now. We could switch to 4. We could only do 2 center backs. I'm not sure. Let me know your thoughts in a comment down below if you have any ideas on how we could maybe switch the old team up a little bit. But yeah, that's going to be it for the episode here today, guys. Look forward for the next episode sometime next week. I think that next episode should take us all the way through or to the winter transfer. We'll wrap up this first half of the season. I feel like we're in a pretty decent spot right now, though. But yeah, until next time. Cheers.